Has related to the political tension in Niger, because the West African regional bloc ECOWAS says it is still hopeful that the ongoing diplomatic efforts to resolve the Niger's coup will yield positive results. Now, the bloc maintains that its desire to see that constitutional order is restored in the West African country, but the junta did not show any sign of relinquishing power. Now, analysis insists that for now, diplomacy remains the best way out for the prevailing, of course, political crisis in the country. And let's have more details of that in this report.
ECOWAS has neither declared war on the people of Niger, nor is there a plan, as it is being purported, to invade the country.
Omar Touray, the president of ECOWAS, has emphasized the regional body's commitment to see democracy restored in Niger. Despite weeks of speculation that it might deploy its standby force against the military rulers in Niamey, ECOWAS says it's prioritizing diplomacy and will only use force as a last option.
We are hopeful that these diplomatic efforts will yield the desired outcome and make it unnecessary for the deployment of the force. Nonetheless, preparations continue towards making the force ready for deployment.
After activating its standby force, ECOWAS has faced increasing speculation about when and if it will intervene militarily against the junta. This anticipation has grown following the regional bloc's rejection of the junta's recent proposal to remain in power for a transition period of 3 years. In the weeks following the coup, ECOWAS issued a 7-day ultimatum to the junta, which was not heeded. Since then, the organization has engaged in a series of diplomatic activities to restore peace in Niger. Despite economic and financial sanctions, peace negotiations and threats of force, Niger's military remains steadfast in its position. Experts believe the mobilization of military force is unlikely.
Do you go to war with empty hand? They don't have the resources, so the only way is this diplomacy that they are using. Let them continue, no matter how long it is. There should be no stopping.
It is not in anybody's interest. Certainly not in the interest of any African country in this bloc. So they don't have a choice. Now, the junta have said they're giving it 3 years. All ECOWAS can now do is to negotiate a shorter timeline.
ECOWAS enjoys the backing of the African Union and many others in its effort to restore democratic rule in Niger. With the country landlocked and under sanctions, international relations experts have weighed in on the potential impact.
People in Niger will continue to suffer. And while they suffer, it will degenerate into a humanitarian problem. And when there's a humanitarian problem, the people are not going to wait around in Niger. They will start to march. They will leave Niamey and they're coming to northern Nigeria. They're going to other countries in the region. We're going to have a huge number of people who will be displaced.
Meanwhile, in response to rising tensions over military interventions, Niger's military rulers demanded the French, German, Nigerian and US envoys leave the country within 48 hours. This move adds to the deteriorating relations between the new regime in Niamey, Western powers and ECOWAS, with Nigeria holding the ECOWAS chairmanship. But despite the challenges, ECOWAS remains steadfast in its commitment to using military intervention as a last resort. Kelechi Amekalam, CGTN Abuja, Nigeria.